The Streamberry Corporation can do this.
What? How?
Trust me, I'm as shocked as you are.
But the show is using my life. It's my name, it's my career, it's me. They're using me, so...
And you assign them the right to exploit all of that.
What? When?
Terms and conditions.
I have never seen this before.
You have. You just haven't seen it printed out before. All of that would have popped up on your phone or whatever when you first signed up to Streamberry, and you clicked accept.
But, I mean, I had no... How was I supposed to know this?
I know, but you did accept it, and so they're in the clear.
No. They can't.
You just stepped into the Immortal Portal with Entitled Millennials. This is POP Power of Perspectives. Listen, I'm going to be talking about movies, shows, music, whatever I want to talk about. There's no limits here. There's no limits here. And today I do want to talk about Black Mirrors. Now, I've been watching Black Mirrors for some time. Every episode is hit or miss. You never really know what you're going to get out of Black Mirrors. But you know, anything that says something is worth your attention. I mean, when it comes out of TV, movies, you know, we're looking at so much just for entertainment that we'll slowly and surely get programmed. You gotta think about how much stuff we do because we see it in movies. Like, this is someone's thought that influenced the masses. So that's how powerful a show is, movies. It's hard for me to watch movies sometimes because if I look at how long it is, like John Wick was like 2 hours and 37 minutes. And see, I was flying back from Jamaica, so the only reason why I even watched John Wick for 2 hours and 37 minutes was because the flight was like 2 hours and like 48 minutes. So I was like, hey, but that much killing that's normal for 2 hours, what that will do to your psyche, it's just wow. You gotta protect your psyche. Your psyche is worth something. You gotta think about why the movies, the music, commercials, why this industry is so big is because your psyche, your attention is worth so much. So you got to be careful on what you tune into. I don't watch horror films like that because it start getting too real for me. You know, so you got to be careful. But Black Mirrors is something I can appreciate because it always seems like it's trying to say something. It be some filth in there. It's not a perfect, it's not a perfect show, but it says something. Every now and then you'll catch something. Season 6, I want to say this is, kicks off with Joan is Awful. To be clear, Joan is Awful as a show for this season is the only good show. It's like 5-6 episodes. Joan is Awful is the only good show. From that point on, it goes down. And Black Mirror's got to have one hell of a budget because they be having some pretty prestigious actors in these episodes. They don't just have Joe Smoes. They have people with some clout. So, that budget got to be crazy. So, and when people have budgets that crazy, it makes me think, are you really saying something or are you just preparing me? That's the difference. Are you really saying something constructive or something to trigger my mind, or are you just preparing me? You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Are you saying, hey, make sure your door is locked, be safe? Or are you telling me danger's coming? Anyway, Joan is Awful is the first episode of Black Mirror season 6. It's a pretty interesting show, and I like originality, and you always gonna get that out of Black Mirrors. This one is about a woman with a pretty vanilla life, goes about her day. Her day starts with her fiance, ends up at work. She listens to some ratchet, I want to say city girls type, and she's so plain Jane. It kind of lets you know that something's coming. You got my attention, Black Mirrors. But she ended up firing somebody like 3 seconds into the building, and she was pretty cool with it. And the girl sympathized with her. Hey, we're friends. But she was just kind of autopilot with it, like it's out of my hands. But fast forward going home, she see a show on Streamberry, which is the fictional Netflix, and it's Joan is Awful, which happens to be her name. Her and her fiance watch it. I mean, why wouldn't you watch it? If something says AR is awful, I watch it. Why am I so awful? That's what I want to know. But that's what this show is saying. You will feed into the negative perception of yourself before you accept the positive. That's one of the little nuggets that it's saying. Anywho, let's keep going. We got a lot to unpack here. So the story goes, this show is AI and it's telling Joan's life as it's happening as quick as the next day. So the first episode is listening to a song that nobody else would know that Joan was listening to but Joan. She fired someone and all of this happens in a day. So this show is kind of exploiting who Joan is. It gets freaky. Let's fast forward. Now this show ruins her life. Fiance want to leave because he sees she been texting her ex. It's putting out her work get exploited, so they have to fire her. So she goes to try to sue, and this is the kicker. They pull out a contract, and she said, "I never seen that before." And they say, "Well, not in a paper form, but on your phone, you have checked yes or no to this before. So you have signed this, just not in paper form. You have signed this on your phone." How many times have we upgraded and, check, because we don't want to read. That's too much to read. They pay people to read contracts. It's just me. I'm just trying to get my features. Check. So that's what it's saying. You don't know what you're checking. Again, Black Mirrors, are you educating me or preparing me? So now AIs have created a show that mirror this Joan's life, and Joan have unknowingly signed off on it. Okay, cool. The actor they use for the AI show is Selma Hayek. Everybody know who this Hispanic woman is. She's like the most beautiful Hispanic woman in the world. Great acting. You've seen her a million times. Just probably didn't know her name was Selma Hayek. I say it like that because this show highlights her name a million times, which I love. I mean, this episode does it, which I love. Anywho, let's keep it going. We got too much to unpack here. No need to slow down. This show is telling us that AI is going to become so advanced that it's creating this show in a day based off your life. And it also telling us you don't know what you sign away with these phones, these technologies. You don't know what you're signing away because we don't read anything. Are you educating me or are you preparing me? Quick note, listen, the best way to stop this AI thing, I mean, there's no way to stop it, but the industry is all about money. Money and the industry go hand in hand. If you see anything on your phone that says AI, whether it's Eminem raps to Drake AI, bro, say I'm not interested. At least you will slow it down, because if it can't get your attention, they're going to find another way, which buys you more time. But if you feed into it because you're interested, that's how they're going to get you. These shows, I think they got a show out now that's full AI. If you give your attention to it just for a little bit, it's gonna happen. Don't look at it. Protect your psyche. Are you preparing me or are you educating me? But anyway, so the show ends up being a show within a show within a show. But the show is saying something. So it ends up being a show within a show within a show with an actor within an actor within an actor. So it turns out the Joan that we got to know on the show is really, I want to say, a replica. And the real Joan is she's not an actor, some Joe Schmo girl. And they chose a pretty basic vanilla lady to play this role. What I felt like they was trying to say is sometimes we get lost in TV and we create fictional characters. fictional versions of ourselves. I do it, so I know you do it. Fictional versions of ourselves, and we forget to live because in our brain they're living. But that's a form of depression. So this Joan ended up depressed, and she had to break this computer generator that broke all the character down and begin living. She had to begin living the way she lived in her head, but actually take those steps. And if I didn't touch anybody with that quick, because it's a lot, so if you get into it, it'll blow your eye. It blew mine. Great show though. The best of this season. The rest of the episodes feel a little rushed. And again, I love Black Mirror. I just don't know, are you educating me or preparing me? We say a lot. POP, Power of Perspective. Thank y'all for tuning in. I love y'all. Call me again. Diverse Universe. Tell your mama I said hi.